Welcome back to more Tokyo Extreme Races. So last time, we beat Stage 3 by being the Kurosaki brothers. That was our last boss of the stage. That is how to go for. We also got a new car, the FL5 Civic Type R. And yeah, I gave it delivery. I spent like an hour making this, and I'm very proud of it, what I was able to make. So yeah. And this time, yeah, we're going to be starting Stage 4, hopefully. So yeah. I mean, I'm having a lot of recording problems, so at least I'm not. I want to say like video-wise, me-wise, I think. But anyway, so one thing I decided to do off-screen as well, I was thinking about my perks, and I realized that we're getting money so quickly, I decided to get this. I think it was like 34 BP for that, or 35. Considering, everything else around here is like 35, but yeah. I decided to get the 500 million CP because this rate, I feel like we're going to reach 200, especially because, I'm not buying any other cars, so yeah. So there's that. So instead, I'm probably going to be using my BP on like extra stats and upgrades at this point. It looks like, I might be saving getting additional cars later in this run, but anyway. Another thing I did too with my Honda Civic is that, I gave it the Yokohama license plate, which is over here. So, yeah. There's a Wanderer, and I'm pretty sure he is on the map. He needs a Yokohama license plate, so yeah. Anyway. This time, let's just head out. That's all the preparations I need to do. So, yeah. Anyway, so we got our teams here. So we got top level 2 of them in the parking area, and they're already there, so that's good. Freeway has a lot of dudes in the parking area, and then B Legend also has a lot of dudes in the parking area, so yeah. So there is that. So yeah, what we're going to start with though is I want to start with Principal here though. So let's go to Ginza, C1 inner loop, and let's get started. And while we're doing this, I think I want to talk about my car a little bit, the Civic Type R. I might talk more about in the next spot too, because there's a decent amount to talk about, and I think I might be talking a lot about dialogue in the parking areas, because parking areas are going to be our main focus. So anyway, so we'll take on a random traffic car. There is a dude ahead of us, but I'm pretty sure they're going to stick it on C1, which I don't want, so yeah. I want to head out to Shinkancho. So I'm pretty sure, our teams, two of them are Shinkancho, and then one of them is Yokohane, so that's not too bad for being Rebirth of the Legends, so that's nice. But anyway, we get to see what the Civic Type R can do. One thing I can definitely feel is the acceleration. This thing, really speeds off, so yeah. And compared to the RX-7 at least, and the handling is not too bad either, although it does feel a little understeery, so I'm wondering if I should do something about that. Although I think part of that is because I'm taking these corners way too fast, so yeah. So I think that's another thing. But anyway, so once I beat Crimson Boy, I'm going to head out to the other parking areas. And then that's the majority of the spots going to take place. So yeah. But anyway. So yeah, let's do this. So yeah. So there's Crimson Boy. Let's take him on. While I do talk about this car, so we want to rematch Crimson Boy because there's a Wanderer in the game who demands that, so yeah. Didn't get a good start there because I didn't get the chest accelerate. So once again, we'll use the nitrous to get into attack range. We can refill it later, so we can use it against all the Kurosaki brothers. And the only problem is engine overheating, because this thing does overheat the engine, although probably not as bad as the WRX, so yeah. But with all that nitrous though, I'm pulling away a lot. So I think that was a pretty good use. So yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of my new car, which is good. Let's take on Golden Hanya, because if you rematch Crimson Boy, you get all of them. So yeah, and that Wanderer does require all of them defeated. So yeah, so that's definitely pretty good. So yeah, and down the straight, they really don't stand a chance, because this thing just gets to its top speed so fast. So yeah. But anyway, so let's talk a bit about the Honda Civic Type R. So the Civic Type R has been around for a little while. Around 1998 with the EK9 was where it started. Although before that, there were definitely high performance variants of the Civic, like the Civic SI, for example. Which, that's famous for the EG generation up on the Civic, so yeah. Yeah, I think using this nitrous is fine. Again, they are bosses from the last stage, but they are still bosses, so it's good to, it's good to not underestimate your opponents. Like I keep learning in this playthrough, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, there have been other high performance on the 6. There's also been like other variants, like the CRX, for example. Which that one's supposed to be like a coupe. It has like 2 doors and stuff. I also like the CRX too. But anyway, of course, I may focus on the Type R. So the thing about hot hatches, except that again, if you do look at the Civic, it kind of looks more like a saloon now. Not really a hatchback, but yeah, I always associate the Civic with being a hatchback, so yeah, it's okay. Like I think people even said that this thing is WRX compared now that it looks more like a saloon, so yeah, anyway. So the thing about the hot hatch is that, they're very famous, starting off with the VW Golf GTI. And GTI will be used for a lot of hot hatches. It's kind of an iconic nameplate for them. So again, the hot hatch, it kind of represented, a high performance car that the everyday person could buy. That's kind of what it was supposed to be. And they're very iconic. Like the Golf GTI, obviously, the 205 GTI, other nameplates like even the Vauxhall VXRs, for example, and of course, the Honda Civic Type R. So yeah. Now, it wasn't the first car to get the Type R nameplate, it was actually the Honda NSX. The Type R NSX from, I believe, 92, I believe. What that basically was, it was an NSX that was stripped down to the bare essentials. So, like, you didn't have, like, air conditioning and stuff. It wasn't that much more powerful, I think. So, it was basically supposed to be, more of a track-based focus of the NSX, with the NSX being, like, basically a supercar. Like, like, you look at the performance, like, that's definitely not supercar performance, but it actually competed well with supercars of that era, so anyway. Because of everything else about it. But anyway, we'll go back to talking about that in a bit. First, let's talk to this local man. He's talking about local rich man. It seems local rich man is a token of business trip. I saw him on the news circuit route. I'm bound and you change your license to Iwaki, like his. So yeah, that's the second one we need. So we need Yokohama and we need Iwaki. And this guy, I had sushi at Toyosa's Pizza shop the other day. It's said to be a hidden gem, and it was indeed exceptionally delicious. Toyosa's Pizza only appears on days that are multiples of 10. You might be busy with his shop on other days. Alright. So so that's not it though, because you may notice around day 60. Unfortunately, we can't challenge him though. But anyway, we have Heretic Cannabis again. Our team ultras is like this, right? Even aside from me being a guy, we do stand out on the street races. So when we first started racing, we kept at a distance. We didn't have much with other teams. But recently a lot has happened, and we've gone close to the few teams. Like Keepadarus, whose Leah shares the same taste in fashion. Also close with Emily, but for how that happened, you should ask the leader Gothic on my lord. It's all interesting that way. Yeah, we can't learn that in the bios, so yeah. Anyway, we also got Unshakable Roma. Kind of thing to see him because we're going to be taking on B Legend a bit. Know your enemy and know yourself. You'll never lose 100 battles. The key to victory is taking your time to study your opponent. I'm looking forward to showing Master Steelheart my new driving style. Alright. And you're talking about G&K Racing. They're pretty good. They're apparently the company that runs the Shito Expressway circuit. Right, yeah, that's a thing. Because the lore of this game is kind of weird, or the whole series, I think. Also, the Dream Sit's a real pain in the ass. Like, apparently, like, people weren't using these roads that much, so then the government's like, alright, legalize street racing, and then, we could turn these into... We could keep these in use, basically. I think it's something like that. I don't know what game said that law, but it's very weird, I must admit. But, I think they wanted to give a good reason why this street racing happens, not just, people want to do illegal stuff, right? So, I think that makes car companies a bit happier when you do that, but anyway. Let's talk to, actually, I don't think it would, but, again, I read that, like, I read that when I was, like, diving into the TXR law. I'm like, that's a bit weird. But anyway. Maybe we could talk about that more later. Again, I'm not so sure what to think about it, but that's okay. But it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense a little bit to me, at least. So yeah, like yeah, it kind of feels like why the stress in this game feels so different from like Need for Speed, for example. So yeah. Anyway, buying these two. They don't really talk about them, or their dialogue. But that's okay. I was kind of thinking about my own dialogue, but that's fine. So we're trying Freeway now. So Freeway uses GTRs, all kinds, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, they're normally like a late game team in TSR games because again the GTRs are late game con normally, so yeah. Although I guess yeah, in this game that's a little different considering that yeah, you can get the RFA2, RFA3 and RFA4 a little bit earlier. So yeah, a little bit earlier than the Civic Type R anyway. So I thought I was talking about, yeah, so yeah, we talked about the NSX Type R. Then, yeah, what would follow was the Integra Type R, and then of course the Civic Type R, the EK9, which, yeah, you could get in this game as well. And yeah, on those hot hatches, had their own, like, flair to them, I guess you could say. Let's see if we can get past this guy. He's actually not giving me... he's giving me a better battle than I thought he would, so yeah. But yeah, there we go. Getting stuck in traffic, there we are. Now you might be wondering, like, what about the traffic cars? Well, they're also racist, remember, because they chant you to battles, so again, that's why it's not illegal, I guess you could say, anyway. Again, it's a bit weird though, I must admit, that law that I learned. But anyway, I give up, your skills are impressive. My persistence and tip, you show me a brace, there we go. No other dudes though, but there are more dudes as we saw earlier, so yeah. So it looks like I'm gonna need to come back here later. But anyway. So yeah, there's also Gentle Examiner who we actually can take on. So technically I could do that, but again, I just want to focus on parking areas. So yeah, let's do that. Because yeah, Gentle Examiner needs a front-wheel drive car, and well, would you look at that, we have one. So yeah. So let's get more dialogue with Suspicious Man. Something fun, that guy gives me sketchy vibes. He calls himself a multimedia producer, but nobody actually knows what the hell he does. What, you want to battle him? You want to catch his eye, right? Something flashes, oh, well, that's covered. Like, flash your blade with vinyls or something. To be accurate, you need 20 or more vinyls in the car, so yeah. Can't battle with Godia, it doesn't battle with turbo cars. Try trying him with a naturally aspirated engine machine. For that, yeah, you want to be a bit careful, because, naturally aspirated cars, even if they are naturally aspirated, engine upgrades will give them turbos at a certain point, so yeah, you want to keep that in mind. We'll see what car I decide to use. The best car in the game for that, we can definitely afford it, because it's very expensive, but yeah, we can get it. But we'll see. Here's Chic Sprint, who, yeah, he's a bit weird, but we'll see about that later, because he's a wanderer. And yeah, you're talking about a famous shooter who's a mentally weak dying star. He was once a member of the 13 Devils, even called one of the Big Four. Yeah, we're going to be hearing about the Big Four of the 13 Devils a bit, so yeah. And here's Namahagi again. Okay, yeah. Former mentor Jinto. Oh, yeah, I keep calling him Jinto when I say it like that. Soot Emperor, that's the translation. And yeah, he now works on Phantom Knight, so wonder what that's all about. But anyway. Okay, so that means they're on opposing sides then, so why would he do something like that? Anyway, so you can't take on Surf, apparently he's gonna be a pawn on my side, it seems. Because again, I refuse to buy new cars. Or cars I don't need to use, so yeah. Anyway, talkative man. Oh boy, this wanderer. You want to take on Hydro Dip Ninja, you need to rock a Shiga license plate. So that's the third license plate you need. Yeah, Shigas are the Koga Ninja villages. Shiga, I definitely heard about that. Yeah, this guy popped up obviously, because he heard the word ninja and then he came running. Who the hell are you? Well, whatever. They say Hydro Dip Ninja pulls up real ninja techniques mid-battle. It's worth changing your plates just to see it happen. Oh, a true master. Alright then. Where there's Neo Limited challenged Unlimited to a battle, these two rival teams have been fully unsatisfied for years, and now they're finally going at it again. What I heard was that Freeway approached 2Limit about doing a joint cruise session. Of course, they're just calling it a joint cruise session. What they really want is to run together and prove they're superior. That guy's arrival has lit a fire under all these teams' competitive spirits. They're desperate to prove their presence and dominance. In other words, money shooting just from everyone's bands out of whack. So yeah, we've definitely been doing a lot. So yeah, as you probably accept from the name, yeah, Unlimited and Neo Limited are related, so yeah, we'll talk more about that when I actually battle them. They're on, I believe they're both on one gun, so we might not see them today. And his Deep Blue Sniper, apparently, yeah, he'll take us on if we become enemies. Which means we'll definitely take on later, but anyway. And yeah, his Tomek Suzuki is part of top level. He's a team leader, in fact, so yeah. And we got Phantom Beauty. Interesting thing about top level is actually it's mostly female members now, so yeah. And then the GTRs, the Barker, of course, that freeway, so yeah. And yeah, pretty good team. And yeah, Dawn Garnet, it kind of sounds like they'd be a Wanderer, but no. They're going to be important too, though. But anyway, so yeah, we got two people from top level here. Let's take on Awakening Nova first. I do like what their cars look like. They look like rally cars. Which, yeah, that makes sense. Kind of. I mean, you probably wouldn't have a front spur like that when you're in a rally car. That's okay. Here's Awakening Nova. Oh, wait, are you okay with being on camera? I'm live streaming right now. See, the camera's behind you. You're okay with it, right? You're okay with it? Great. Hey, viewers, I'm out of battle this guy. Huh? We are doing this, right? Yeah. So yeah, so we're on stream now, so yeah. Yeah. So back to talking about the Type R name again. So the thing about the Honda Type R is that yeah, it's all about, you know, good cornering, VTEC, good amount of power for being naturally aspirated. It made yeah the Honda Civic quite popular because of that. Didn't get out to a good start, but that's okay. Again, without the just accelerate. The accelerate is just a little sluggish, but once they do get the speed though, then yeah, we are really pulling ahead. But anyway, so yeah, let's talk a little bit. So a little bit more about the Type R. So the EK9, the first one, it was Japan only, but then the next one would actually be based in the UK. I will say the next generation Type R, I can't remember the chassis code off the top of my head. I think it was like, it might be FN2? Actually, no, I think FN2 is after that, so yeah. I think it was the ED. I think it was called the ED, but anyway. What? Awakening Nova lost the battle? What went wrong? Please give advice and praise to the winner. And please give a sponsor to hit that like and subscribe button, alright? But anyway. You may notice I don't say that. I don't know why. I think it's just because, I don't know, I feel something about it feels pretentious, I guess. But anyway. I know why people do it, but like, I don't know if that's my thing, you know? But anyway. I'm struggling. Whether it's running or the shooter, so I can't beat Tomek Suzuki. I tried Gymkhana the other day and it suited me. I think about changing my main field. Want to battle to blow away these worries if they fight me? Let's do it. So you'll take on this guy. Literally what covering is called? And yeah, we'll go back to talking about that. Again, I think it's called the ED. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. That Honda Civic Type R might actually be like a attainable shooting car for me. I think it just looks really cool, and yeah. I don't know, just something about it, you know? Just something about it makes you really like it, so yeah. And then after that was the FD, I believe, and the FM, because yeah, the FM was Japan only, and then the FD was UK. So yeah. The FD wasn't that great, it just, because it was a lot heavier, it kinda didn't feel as good as the it didn't feel as good as the previous generation. And then there was also the FN2, which yeah, we'll talk about in a bit. Okay, there'll be easier one with cruising because I want to read this dialogue, but the shooter express is so easy that he can win with warriors weighing you down. Alright. And then we also got business savvy man. Skullblood, huh? He came all the way from America to get revenge on Snake Eyes. But how many years has it been now? That's some serious determination. You'll not be interested in this kind of talk, but that guy's a big dog in the business world too. He's pushing hard into Japan these past years with aggressive M&A strategies backed by deep pockets. Probably knows the Biggins name popping up more around the Shooter Expressway. Like for instance, those many issues over there. So you got a businessman who wants revenge on Snake Eyes. Oh boy, that definitely sounds like a piece of work right there. Alright, with that done, let's have a look at these teams again. So yeah. So now, yeah, with top level, there's two dudes who are out of battle. Freeway, there's one dude that's out of battle, and then, next up, B-Legend. B-Legend is actually at one of the park areas I want to go to, so yeah, why not? Let's go to Hiwajima Uptown. Let's get more dialogue. Also let you tune Surf, but we don't need his help. That's not the rough man. You want about give us soul, change your life set to Yokohama. He only battles Yokohama street races. He himself lives in Namamugi, Yokohama. So there you go. And he also got Angry Woman. That crew that's been throwing their way around lately, those Club Garuda punks, what the hell is that problem? Seriously. Their driving is absolutely reckless. They forced their way in where we'd crash if we didn't dodge, and the drivers have this move or get hurt look on their faces. It's great that all these new teams are popping out and making things so exciting around here. Those guys who drive like violent maniacs, they're the absolute worst. I never race them again. Alright. Yeah, Club Garuda sound like no good, so yeah. And yeah, so Napoleon talking about B-Legend, that's his team, so yeah. And yeah, likes to go on. Obviously bring out Persona because of that, but anyway. So yeah. But yeah. Again, while the FB2 wasn't very well liked, the FN2 was really well liked because I think it got a Mugen. There's a Mugen version. I think it's like called the Mugen RR. That thing was something. Anyway. So, this person's talking about pursuing Tail Gunner and Shadow Eyes. And both of them are former 13 Devils and the big four of the 13 Devils. So, yeah. So, learning a lot about them. You probably have a good idea of who they are right now. Here's Money Tree. Who apparently, popular on TV and in magazines. And yeah, and she's even a pro race driver too, and she's made a lot of money, so yeah. But anyway. You also got this dude here, Steel Triangle. He'll only race us if you have a Mitsubishi, so yeah. His EO5 is a good choice though, because it's the easiest to get with BP. But anyway, let's actually starting on B-Legend now. We got Xtreme Newton. I think when you look at the team names, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, they're supposed to be referencing real life people, or famous people in real life, I should be saying, but anyway. There's a time when I stepped back, my thought was no longer young, but as long as I'm with this team, I'm still active. We stand in the way of guys like you, main character type. It's a classic Hot Plus scenario, right? Alright, let the battle begin. So, yeah. And yeah, another thing about B-Legend, their members are, well, except for the team leader, actually, interesting enough, all their members are former members of the 12 Zodiacs. And if you don't remember that, in TXR 0, after you beat the 13 Devils and Swift Emperor, the 12 Zodiacs would come and challenge you at the end of the game. It's basically like a late game boss rush with them. And a lot of them would also fight in groups as well, so yeah. It's a good about to see. It's kind of thing that, yeah, we're gonna have a free one battle because of that, so yeah. Anyway, so that's what I was talking about. So yeah, the FN2, I believe it had a Mugen version called the Mugen RR. That thing was something. It was definitely the most extreme type art at that point. You can always count on Honda tuning companies like Spoon and Mugen to do something like that, so yeah. I see, it's also nice to see new street races growing like this. But if it's just once, it might be a fluke, right? Here, let's do it again. Alright, and now let's take on Fleeing Kongmin, Whimsical Joan of Arc, and Advancing Genghis Khan. The Zodiac. Being a part of that street racer group is all my prides. As your predecessor, I'll watch you try. Think of it as a trial. If it's a trial from a predecessor, the bar should be set high. If anything happens, we'll jump in too. We? Yes, Advancing Genghis Khan is ready too. He's also highly motivated. This will definitely be a wild battle. Let's get started then. So yeah, we got 301 with 4 Zodiac members, so yeah. So then, yeah, after that would be the FK, I believe it was. It's the one that we saw that you could also get in this game. I can't remember what the one after that's called, but because yeah. But yeah, I think the FK2 was a big turning point for the Civic Type R because it was the first one to be turbocharged. Before that, they were all naturally aspirated, high revving 4-bangers basically. They're still 4-bangers, but now they're turbocharged, which does help out a lot actually. Again, I think the thing is though, is that you kind of need turbocharged cars nowadays unless you're very specific, I guess, like Aston Martin. But anyway, here's Whimsical Joan of Arc. That car looks kind of familiar now to a previous form, let's just say. And then Advancing Genghis Khan. Let's get Just Accelerate going, because I haven't been doing that well with it, so yeah. So we'll pass Genghis Khan, we'll pass Joan of Arc, and then we'll get Kongmin. So there we go. Again, acceleration's good, so yeah, like I may take the high speed corners stuff. Pretty good there, so yeah. Again, I kinda need to still get a little bit used to it because yeah, I can take these corners a bit faster. That could be RX-7, so yeah. I was thinking of getting these. I need to get better used to misses for sub level obviously, so yeah. And yeah, they're going fast. 300 kilometers an hour before that corner, so yeah. But anyway, so with that done, yeah, let's just go back. Plans are made by people, success is determined by heaven. A quote from Coleman in The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Simply put, it's about how no matter how hard you try, sometimes things don't work out. It's destiny, so accept this defeat without worry. You should learn from this too. There's no point in getting the pressure of things you can't control. Alright, and I believe, yeah, The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, wasn't that like the inspiration for Farm Three Houses as well? So that's kind of interesting, that's being popped up. Anyway, let's change the tires. And let's talk to these three. Or these two. Hey, check it out, check out my bag. Pro Racer, Suichi, Tsuboshi signed it. A genuine one of a kind. Go on to sign it when I met him at a Daikoku Park area the other day. Never knew someone that amazing was racing the Shinto Expressway. He goes by Kawagoa Hansen at Daikoku Park area. Don't even think about challenging with half-baked skills. He's one of the country's top drivers and champion. If you really want him to accept the challenge, you need to prove you're worthy. Let's see. Maybe a rather beat count of 380 or more. I'll even manage that. I doubt you'll win, but good luck anyway. So we got a very dangerous sounding Wanderer there. Steel Triangle only battles with Mitsubishi cars. He works as a metal technique engineer and does bending processing, but is committed to Mitsubishi company then. So there you go. So Kawagoa Handsome is definitely a Wanderer. We'll be talking about a lot because yeah, he's one of the coolest references in this game, I must admit. So yeah. Anyway, let's go check out here because there's more dialogue. Yeah, these parts will only go on for a while because yeah, there's just a lot of dialogue. Hey, check out my bag. Pro Racer Ami Sideshow signed it for me. It's a genuine one of a kind. And I got Suichi Tsuboshi's autograph too. This is totally becoming a family heirloom. Yeah, this dialogue sounds a bit familiar. Sideshow and Tsuboshi have been childhood friends, but as racers, they're rivals. On the Shinto Expressway, they're known as Yokohama Cutie and Kawagoa Hansen. They push each other to be better, even in their personal lives. It's not about Yokohama Cutie, you need to beat Kawagoa Hansen first. Not that anyone could actually pull that off, though. He also got Sexy Woman. Principal Boy is surprisingly petty, isn't he? I heard he challenged someone who beat him once to a rematch, but this time he and his two brothers attacked one after another, meaning that they still lost. Principal Boy and his older brothers, Golden Hanny and Iron Man, are the famous race around here as the Kusaki Brothers. They all lost together. You, not bad at all. Alright then. So yeah. So you got those two, yeah. Not only do we have a very difficult Wanderer, it sounds like, but also after we beat them, we have another difficult Wanderer. So yeah. Here's Bad Bomber again. We're definitely gonna be talking about him later. What is it? I have no business to leave. I have an important deal coming up. Get out of here. And you also got position red. So yeah. Silent Cassiopeia. If you're going for Skullboy, you need to take him down too. I wonder what that's about. But anyway. And we also got the Hashikawa Angels. The team for my three sisters run a hobby shop. So the thing about them is that Hashikawa Hobby Kids exists in real life, and the team's logo is the logo in real life. So yeah. I'll talk more about that later. Because again, we need to take on Scale Model I again. But yeah. I'll talk more about what they are known for anyway. So yeah. Last up is Daikoku. There's some rivals here and more yellow dialogue here, so check it out. Timid man. What? FD Tomo-sama accept your challenge? You're serious right now? Get yourself an FD, man. It's FD Tomo-sama talking about here. Yeah. Luckily I do have an FD, so that's good. It's just that, yeah, I never want to take him on right now, you know, but anyway. We've got Dawn Garnet here, who we had talked about before, so yeah. Talking about an important person, sounds like. Anyway, we also got Clean Machine here. I believe he's the leader of Unlimited, and then his Lemon Boy is the leader of Neo Limited. They're definitely very far apart right now, so yeah. And you're talking about D2 Sniper. And it looks like you got sniped, so yeah. So they probably have a build that has a lot of skills that end up out quickly, so yeah. And you're talking about Unlimited, and of course Killing Machine, who we just saw there. And we also got Rugged Man here, who's about Neo Limited. was fallen to rival Unlimited, so yeah. Ever since Unlimited started slipping, Neo Limited will never play Lost Stripe. So apparently, yeah, the teams are not in a good place, but that's okay, so yeah. So FD Thomas here, but of course we need our good old FD back, but his one's actually a bit more accurate, so we might save it for later in this stage. But right now though, we can take our Dragon of Kamikaze from Koggerudo. Oh boy, we've been hearing a lot about that. Now from the bartender, my favorite part, they said beyond driving you reach the ultimate happy driver's high. Hey, do you really think something like that exists? I don't know, but chasing that is why I drive. How about you join me in searching for the driver's high? Let's go to the Beyond the Driving. So yeah, we'll definitely talk about Koggerudo a lot later too. I think they are Wanga based, so again, we'll probably take them on while we take on like Unlimited stuff and New Limited, because yeah, I'm pretty sure all those teams are Wangan. There's quite a few Wangan teams in this stage, I think, so yeah. But anyway, he's driving the Arcia, which again I talked about before. It's a pretty decent cover stage, but can it match up to my fully upgraded Type R? Let's find out. At this stage at least. So anyway, so yeah, I was talking about the latest generation of Type R's. They're pretty similar. It's just that yeah, they keep building off of one another and to something great, aka the FL5. Yeah, the thing about these modern Type R's is that yeah, they push the limits of the front wheel drive car. Let's go back here. I lost with this. I can't see beyond. I can't see the beyond off driving. So he wasn't able to reach that. Anyway, here's Cargo Handsome. Yeah, we're not taking it all right now. His car's good. He's level 29. Yeah, we want to be careful around him. But we can also take on Sportster here, who drives a custom car. Also, you may notice this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a Crazy Taxi reference. It could be because the livery is similar. But the roof on the roof, there's the dude giving you the middle finger. So yeah. Hi, Toy Me. And Sportster. Around the Shitoksu, I say these days are pretty well known. If you want me to connect you with someone, I can help. Why you saying you want to battle me? So let's go. Yeah, it also sounds like these dudes are just really shady. Up to like shady business stuff, like yeah, Bat Bomb is also part of this team, and yeah, he's talking about deals and stuff. Won't be surprised if I think about drugs, weapons, all that bad stuff he does, so yeah. But anyway. So yeah, again, one interesting thing about the Type R is that it's always been front-wheel drive. That's one thing that's never changed. Unlike other hot hatches, which have moved to four-wheel drive, like the Focus RS, for example, that became a four-wheel drive car. The Golf R, I mean, the Golf GTI is still around, which is front-wheel drive, but yeah, the Golf R, which is supposed to be the Type R's rival, that thing's four-wheel drive too, so yeah. Again, there's still some, you know, front-wheel drive hot hatches, but yeah, definitely the leader of the class though is the Honda Civic Type R, so yeah, and it can even keep up with the four-wheel drive ones too, so yeah. It's quite special because of that. Congratulations, he did well. I don't need conversation, I still have a next time, right? So yeah, there we go. We obviously don't want to take on Cargo Handsome. But now we look at the teams, because we want to head out. Again, we got those two we could take on. Now there's more dudes at the park area here, so that's good. And then there's a B Legend dude over there, so yeah. What about these two? Is there close to a parking area? I might take them on. Not really, so yeah, I think our best bet is go to freeway and take on these two, so yeah, let's do that. Another reason to go here too is that one of the Wanderers we want is close by. Go Soul. We have the Yokohama license plates, that's awesome. And then I mean more dialogue here. There's even more dialogue about Heretic Campus. Being our desire and Cupid Darius have been joking about having a joint girls' night out. Now it's actually happening, and there are rumors that Midnight Rose might come as a guest. For some reason, it seems I'm supposed to attend too. No way. If I go, they'll just tease me the whole time. No way I'm going. Should we counter with a boys' night out with the MOE guys? They'll definitely cause some Tapu Club princesses. Alright then. And you're talking about Thunder Eagle. I just pop back out. I already like his dialogue. Quick is my son. He wants to give him a shun, but after we started street racing as a family, he returned to his old self. Now he goes to a vacation school for Kame and sees my pride and joy. Dad, Grandpa's calling for you. He wants to talk about the recent forms of family business. Okay, do you seem upset? Not sure. Grandpa's always kind to me. Okay, I'll go with you, Dad. That way Grandpa won't be so harsh. Do you hear that? What a good son. I'm not worthy of him. Also got Lucio Otsuka. what the hell happened to Dargo while I was away from the Shooter Express with Steel Heart? The session with India before was already over the top of this. Yeah, I don't really point that out. I don't know. He himself is not Indian, so it's just that he's interested in it, so yeah. So I don't really point that out, so yeah, there's that. Anyway, Shadow Eyes, yeah, one of the big four. The same Tenokana, also one of the big four of the 13 Devils, so yeah, as you probably expect, we're going to be thinking about them soon. So we can either take on Silver Fox, or we could take on Pure White. Let's take on Pure White. Until looking, young man takes one step, then another, and now he stands before me. Oh, did I surprise you? Sorry, I'm a rookie announcer, so I'm always picking threats in my commentary. So about, of course I'm on pro. 30 seconds to air, let's go. Alrighty, so yeah, second, yeah. This type bars, yeah, they kind of show that, yeah, or the Honda Sword type, I should say. Because it's the only really type bar that's left, because yeah, the Integra was discontinued a long time ago. The NSX didn't have a type bar when it came back. So yeah, really, yeah, the type bar's just with the Civic. Anyway, so back to talking, so yeah, about that. Second, yeah, I think, yeah, the thing about the Civic type is that it shows that, yeah, front-wheel drive cars can be, you know, high-performance sports cars too. Which, yeah, there's a good video about that, showing, like, yeah, the famous front-wheel drive cars, especially in motorsport. Like, yeah, there's the Super Touras from the late 90s that you saw in the BTCC, for example. There was the F2 kit cars in rallying that were faster than the actual WRC cars on tarmac, so yeah, that caused this a Civic type car. Tonight, our Pure White battle with Money Stranger for lost on the close battle. Repeating, Pure White lost to Money Stranger on close fight. Anyway, here's Toyo's Speedster. You might be thinking, yeah, we could take him on now. Problem is that, yeah, we don't need, he doesn't like us if we have nitrous, so yeah. We're gonna need to wait for day 70 because again, it's every 10 days. Anyway, we got two dudes here. Let's take on Orange Head. Alright, curious about the machine. I used to drive a different machine. I felt it lacked power, so I switched to my current one. Let's shoot to Expressway, having more power increases your chance of winning. And this machine is barely tuned. Wanna give it a try? Yeah. Statistically, my chance of winning should be higher. Alrighty. So that's mostly everything I want to talk about with the Civic Type R. I think it's also used in modern day touring car racing too. Like, yeah, I think it's used in the BTCC, and the TCR. I think the unfortunate thing is that this generation, the FL5, is being discontinued now. And that also means no Type R anymore. I think this is also the first Type R, or Civic Type R, that was made in Japan. For the longest time, they were made in Swindon, UK. So yeah, so another big change. But yeah, the Civic Type R has been discontinued, I'm pretty sure. But they did come out with a final edition, which looks really cool. So yeah, I could have definitely based it on that, but I wanted to go with something a bit more extravagant. So yeah. Especially because, you know, yeah, we do have a rival who needs a lot of decals, so yeah. I lost. I thought the odds were in my favor. All these things happen. Alright, and now we'll take on Silver Fox, who drives the L35 now. Looks like you want to race with me? My GTR's fast. Yeah, we're really taking on Godzilla here, so yeah. Yeah, that's a GTR's nickname. We'll talk more about that later. It's an interesting story though. And it makes a lot of sense, because again, the GTR is just, you know, one of the most popular Japanese sports cars, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense, but anyway. Let's give this a go. So yeah, what else does it say? Again, yeah, like I said, yeah. I think, yeah, for me, yeah, the Type R is special just because, yeah, it's like, I mean, the Type R is such because, again, it's like, yeah, I always like hot hatches. Again, I like the fact that, yeah, you know, someone from the everyday could get a hot hatch and have a lot of fun with it. I do like, you know, more accessible sports cars like that. And I thought this GTR would lose him fast. So unfortunately, we had to leave Toyo's Speedster behind. He also drives a car we're not really familiar with either, so yeah, that's okay. Greatest part was all dialogue, so I'll take that though. And you're talking about Phantasmal Phoenix, your boss, I'm pretty sure. And you're talking about Tuning Stage 2. Oh, yeah, you're from Tuning Stage. And here's local Richmond too. You need to change license for him, so yeah. And here's Grace Papa. One seems to be gaining the most skill. That team is my daughter's husband, Perfect Darling. I've always too soon for my daughter to get married, but it seems she's doing well as a housewife. That delinquent daughter of mine Overlord, Mizuso is looking for you. Let's hurry. Well, seek of the devil. What does she need? She heard rumors about old man Chang away about spamming the Parker. It's not you, right? Of course not. Right, you can back me up on this, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go take on Ghost Soul here. I mean, that's what I want to do next, and then yeah, we'll try to take on a little bit more. We can't take out all the teams because not all the members are about, but that's okay. I think, yeah, what we'll do is I mean, first let's beat Ghost Soul because he's on the map. I want to take one because it means that, yeah, for the next night out, we can change our license plate. Man, no way I'm going to beat Toyo's Speedster because, again, I needed Nitrous. I felt like I need the Nitrous for the Kurosaki brothers, so I think it was wise to do that, so yeah. I also wanted to make a little bit of progress on, you know, the other teams too. Anyway, I kind of missed you. Let's take on Magnificent Imagine? That's a weird name. From G&K Racing. You might... Well, another bit to take note. Take note of the fact that your team is called G&K Racing. I mean, I told about this earlier, but yeah, a little bit. But yeah, it's supposed to stand for something. I wonder if you can guess what it is. Hinted, it might have something to do with the people who made this game, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So like I said, yeah. I think, yeah, again, I wasn't sure what type art I would like to earn. Like, of course, this one would be nice, but I'm pretty sure in real life it's £50,000, so... And that's before it's marked up, so yeah. So again, it'd probably be one of the older generations, like, yeah. Like I said, the ED, I feel like the ED is like one of my dream cars. I have a couple of dream cars, that might be something fun to talk about. Like, yeah, when I was younger, I think, of course, like, when you're younger, there was like two kinds of cars I really liked when I was younger. There was the Lamborghini Gallardos. I really liked those, and yeah, of course, they were in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit as well. So yeah, it makes sense that I'd be very interested in them because of that. And yeah, I think I really liked it when I saw the first generation Gallardo on Top Gear as well. There's obviously the Mitsubishi Evos. I'm really a big fan of those. Too bad I didn't get to drive one as a result, but that's okay. So you're going this way. As you probably expect, he's on Yoka. Yeah, he just ripped the wall. And now he's doing that. I didn't point out this car, but yeah, it has decals saying you've got mail, so yeah, I feel like he's trying to scam me. So that's a thing. And yeah, he's like, you know, a scammer, he doesn't want to let go, so yeah. At least I still have a lot of nitrous, and I can also block him too, and that really hurts momentum, so yeah. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out. I think, although that kind of did work out a little bit. Let me get a little closer because I feel like my driving is. Actually, no, that's Iron Man. I thought that'd be a dude from Freeway because he had a GTR. He's quite a bit back though, is the problem. So yeah, I guess you're gonna have to turn around because yeah, it'd be in our best interest to fight. It'd be in our best interest to fight that guy. So yeah, but yeah, this guy being £50,000 in real life, yeah, I think some people might even consider this car like a rival to Porsche 911s too, yeah. It's pretty fast, like in Nürburgring, where, you know, a lot of cars are tested for their performance, yeah, this thing is the fastest front-wheel drive car, I believe, so yeah, at the moment at least. So this thing's pretty good, that's the next shot, so yeah. Yeah, we do need to cool down the engine a little bit, so yeah. So, here's our last person from Freeway. Oh, Highway Bomber. Oh, that name sounds a bit familiar. He's not ready to Mad Bomber though, so yeah. Again, my engine's a little hot, but yeah. There aren't that many rivals left anyway, so I might need a ticket to a parking area, so yeah. So take on this R32. Yeah, this thing does use a variety. I don't think I've seen anyone use an R33 yet though, so yeah. They mostly use R34s, which is the most popular, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah. So what else is to say? Again, again, like, yeah. I think I did actually FD. I forgot that, yeah, that thing also got a Mugen variant, and that one's actually pretty good too, so yeah. Again, there are definitely tuned versions of the Civic. type art and the other type arts, they're really cool cards as well. They're really cool cards too, like the Spoon type arts, they're great too. Mugen, obviously, I've mentioned a bit too, so yeah, I mean, even using a Mugen body kit on this card, which yeah, I think you can get something like this in real life, and yeah, just recently, at the time of recording this, Arta, they, because the Civic type arts not going to be used as a GT 500 card anymore, they decided to celebrate, I wouldn't say celebrate, I decided to honor it by making a inspired body kit for a Civic type art level 5. I thought it's pretty cool, so yeah. I also looked on their website or YouTube channel. They apparently have an ad for one with me as well. So yeah, because Arta is related to quarterbacks, who are like basically the big Japanese shop, or I wouldn't say shop, but yeah, you kind of get what I mean. It's basically where you go to buy car parts and stuff. So yeah. And they sponsor the Arta team in GT500. They're also the title sponsor for Super GT2. I've been mentioning Super GT a little bit, but yeah, it's basically the top, it's one of the top, next to Super Format, it's the top Japanese racing series in the country. Focused on GT cars, although the GT500 cars in the top class are one of a kind, kind of. Like, no other GT racing cars like them in real life, so yeah. Man, let's look at the teams again. Again, I kind of want to take on these two people from top level. There's also this dude, but again, I think he's too far gone. So, the Gentle Examiner is coming up, who I can take on. It's just that, yeah, they'll always be around. And again, I want to take on the people from top levels, so yeah. I guess that should make the next night a little bit easier for me, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking that, so yeah. So I think, yeah, what I'm going to do now is going to cut, and then we're going to go take on those dudes from top level, because we've been going on for a little while. And yeah, we defeated one Wanderer, so you need to remember that too. We can talk about Ghost Soul next time, or not next time, at the end of this part, so yeah. So I'm cut now, and I'll see you in a little bit, and yeah, it looks like I'm going to be passing up Gentle Examiner Soul. I don't think I can beat Gentle Examiner before getting to the park area. That's kind of the reason why I don't want to take VOD, so yeah. So again, like I said, I'll cut, and then yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, I got some more dart. This actually worked out really good, by the way. You're gonna see in a little bit. Hey, Grace Papa is more Darlock. David Darling is my subordinate at work, but I honestly respect him. He married my unruly daughter, but how does he keep it calm? What nonsense are you talking about? Makoto is a useless husband like you, Dad. We're set and cherish each other, and you say keep it calm? How do you plan to keep such old-fashioned values? You better not give Mommy ideas about senior divorce. Or if there is a senior divorce, Makoto will take over as team leader. Well, I sincerely apologize. I'll seriously reflect on this. Yeah, yes. Again, I can understand why, you know, he's not being the best again. I imagine that, yeah, if your daughter gets married, you're obviously going to have a lot of thoughts on that, but anyway. Secret Blend's here, so he finally achieved her requirement of going here 15 times. That's awesome. Oh, sorry, so it was a serious battle invitation. I can't entertain every gentleman who approaches me, but a serious competition, that's different. I'm doing one of you. Alright, let's go. So that's awesome. So let's take her on. And that means we can get 2 Wanderers. So that's nice. And then, yeah, we'll, like I said, again, I'll cut, and then we'll take on the 2 dudes with top level, and then, yeah, that'll be a good part. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. And that means there's not much to do in the next part. We'll be able to take on the rest of the teams, and then we'll take on the bosses, obviously. But anyway, she's driving another Honda K car, the Honda Life. So, yeah. That VR car I'm not very familiar with, that's the thing, sure. But anyway. Let's get away from her. Again, it doesn't have that much power, but you never know. You could get surprised, so yeah. Again, kind of like with Strongest Mammon last time, yeah, she also drives a Honda K car, so yeah. I don't want to, you know, I want to be careful, obviously. It's a Wanderer, so yeah. And there we go. We're also going to get a lot of money from her, so yeah. I think it was good that I decided to increase my wallet size. You're fast. You're the first to beat me. Just kidding. Men want to be the first man, right? A woman could always lie to in the heart of such a man. Oh boy. That's a piece of dog, but anyway. I definitely need to refill both of these. I mean, I probably don't need the nitrous, but just in case. Alright, so now, yeah, I'm going to... Let's see, so you're down there, and you're down there. So actually, where I really want to go is back here. There's more dialogue here, so yeah, let's have a look. So yeah, we got Timid Man, Only Wolf who runs C1 give rookies like me the time of day. I guess he's quite the veteran though. At the very least, to catch a site, you need to have over 500 battles on your belt. Win or lose doesn't matter apparently, but have you reached that mark yet? I think we're close. Oh boy. White Charisma? He's a legendary street racer. Well, if you really want to race him, first defeat Namahake at Phantom 9. Then extend your winning streak to over 20 wins. If you do that, he'll definitely appear. Oh boy. Yeah, we're a bit close to that, aren't we? So yeah. Here's Return of Zoro, one more One Piece, except I don't think he's actually named after the character of One Piece. You also got Silent Cassiopeia here, who was talked about earlier. You'll think about manga again. Because they got character model, right? Apparently the statistics of the session is way too strong, so yeah. We'll definitely learn, again, like I said, that team is very interesting to learn about. We'll definitely learn about that more later. And we also got 2 Limit. They work out possible, the members, so yeah. And we also got you. You saw Flashy Double X tearing through the C1 at insane speeds. And yeah, the person who's driving it, Crud's the Devil. Oh boy, we're about to fight him soon, so yeah. And we have a lot to talk about him there's a lot to talk about in regards to him, so yeah. So now we need to go this way again. Let's see, so Freeway we can't take on, but there's only 1 member left. And then yeah, you're basically gone, so yeah. So instead, yeah, top level is who I'm thinking about, so yeah, let's go take him on. Looks like there might be another dude we can try and hit too, so that'd be nice. But anyway, we take on that top level dude, so yeah. So is there anything else I need to say? I think, yeah, you know what, I'm probably going... Again, I actually managed to talk about everything about the topics, that's nice. I think I'm going to end this by talking about another thing too. I think that Honda cars are kind of special to me, or meaningful. Again, like I kind of said before, anyway, we want to see one out though. Like I kind of said before, again, Honda Type R would be a dream car for me, because again, you know, not only is it, you know, a fast car, but also, yeah, it still, you know, can seat 4 people. And, you know, be used as an everyday road car as well, even though it's very fast, so yeah. Anyway, here's Yes Man Now from Unlimited. Let's take him on. And yeah, he came from, Long Gun, didn't he? And yeah, we're gonna, we saw all the GTRs today, didn't we? Because this guy has an R33, so yeah. But anyway. They're probably gonna pass the person from top level, but that's okay. There they are, so just way up for them, so yeah. That's okay, so yeah, again, not only that, but also, yeah, the first car I remember my dad owning, or I got to see my dad own, was a Honda Accord, so yeah, again, that's very special. I do like that Honda Accord too. Too bad, you know, how things ended, but hey. Oh yeah, again, that was special too, because, you know, being a car guy, you know, or car boy more like, and you know, getting to see, you know, your dad's car and stuff, being able to, you know, drive around in it too, or not drive around in it, you get what I mean, you know, drive with him. That also doesn't sound right. You know, just, you know, being able to ride him and, you know, experience and stuff, that's really cool, so yeah. But anyway, so I'll take on top level here. I was kind of talking about dream cars earlier, wasn't I? As well. I guess I can also talk about that too. So yeah, again, like I said, yeah, let me go out those Mitsubishi EOS. That was like some of the cars like the younger stuff. There's also the BMW 8 Series that came up too. That was also a car I ended up really liking. That person's also from there's also one there too. Oh, we actually can't take them on, unfortunately. We need a Sheikah license plate, so yeah. But he's out and about now, so that's interesting. But again, I think now all I really want is that person from top level. They're all the way there, so. And we also got the 2 Wanderers he took out too, so there's a decent amount to talk about now. So let's see here. So I'll take on you. We'll show Hydro Drift the later, obviously. It's good to know that he's out and about. We might take on the next part. That means I'll need the Sheikah license plate. I mean, both of the dudes could... I mean, we have the mod, so we just change our license plate to others around, right? So, yeah. And I'll probably prioritize them in the next part too, anyway. Say past him. Again, he's interesting. That's a thing, sure. So, yeah. I'm kind of heating up the engine a little bit, so yeah, probably don't want to fight more Characters because, yeah, there isn't really a reason to, so yeah. And yeah, we're getting so close to 200,000. I think that was in my best interest, because again, the only way I could lower that amount is if I buy a new car, but then it's like, I don't need to. Like, I could buy like one of the custom cars, Star Brakes, but again, there's no real need to. They don't really help with Wanderers. Except for maybe, I mean, yeah, they could help. Because, like, yeah, Hydra, or not Hydra, Ninja, Stepping Umi Posing is a 4-wheel drive car, so if I bought a custom 4-wheel drive car, that would have done it, but again, I don't really want to do that, I guess. Again, I won't say again, I don't think I mentioned this, but yeah, my TXR 3 playthrough is kind of ending up like that one, where yeah, I'm getting all the extra cars or wonders at the end of the game, basically. And I take out this person, this will be our last person for today, Midnight Furrow. So yeah, let's get them, and then yeah, that should be another person from Unlimited there, although they look like they're from top level because they're drawing Evos, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we did well. Like, yeah, most of the teams are done now, so that's nice. Most of the teams from Revo of the Legend are done now, so yeah, we can probably clean them up in the next part, so yeah. There's another person from us, again, I'm guessing it's from top level, well not top level, from like Unlimited probably, so yeah. But again, I mean, it would be wise to take them off, but I don't think I need to, so... Because again, I think most of these guys will be out about when I need them anyway, so yeah. Again, the only person who really missed out on was this B-Legend person, so yeah, they're going to be the most annoying, so I'll probably need to prioritize them too. But yeah, I think, yeah, I'm just going to end the night now. I think that's good. And yeah, now Violet Fallen Angel, which is a really cool name. And he also got a lot of BP too, so yeah. I probably don't need to be too afraid. So that's good. We'll go to the pet tree. And yeah, let's go get, yeah, let's can't get those. Let's get extra stats. So, is there anything else here I want? Do I want the arrow? I think I'll get at least one. Do I want this too, I wonder? Yeah, it would be convenient, but like, do I really need it? You know? Again, like I said, I'm actually feeling, you know, maybe... Actually, no, I'm gonna save my PP. Is again, these upgrades, they're expensive, so yeah. Like, yeah, there's still a few teams left, but yeah, I think I'm gonna play it safe now. And again, yeah, maybe I want to spend some of that BP on, like, upgrading my skills later as well, or gain more skills too. We shall see. But anyway, let's look at our reference, because yeah, we got... 2 Wanderers being now. So yeah, two Wanderers down here, so yeah. Let's start with the first one we took out, Gusol, who yeah, needs a Yokohama license plate. Naya Masuyama, advertising agency employee. An advertising man living in Namamugi. A lonely person who wants to make friends, but his troublesome personality has spread only bad reputation. Known for being an email demon, this bad habit has driven people away, creating a negative loop that escalates further. His only solace is a proud SCPS. He struggles with aging and difficulty in obtaining parts, but is still active. Although his reckless driving has decreased, there are moments when he gets desperate, so caution is needed. And then we got Secret Blend, who yeah, you need to visit Shibaru 15 times. Jane Dojima, coffee shop employee. I feel like, yeah, I saw Dojima, like, is that Persona 5? No, that's Persona 4, so yeah. Anyway. And yeah, she drives the Honda Life, which is, I think she's the only rival who does, which is kind of funny, so yeah. As self-proclaimed 18-year-old beauty working at a coffee shop, she often stays at parking areas for long periods, rather than driving, attracting attention from various races due to her beauty. Therefore, despite having started racing recently, she is well known, but she herself is a mysterious figure. In fact, both her age and name are false. Her license plate is 5317. When reversed, reads lies. and in plural. Her driving is still not well established, but she's beginning to stand out with the fundamentality sound driving techniques. So yeah, that's a thing. She fakes her age and her name. So yeah. But anyway, all right. So top level, we can take down top level. We can take down freeway, and we can take on B Legend. I think that's what we should be doing. So yeah. All right. And then as for Wanderers, yeah, Hydra Defend is around, and Reds is also around. He's the only one around, so yeah. So I want to change to a Shiga license plate then, so let me do that. If I can find the Shiga license plate, obviously, so yeah. And yeah, apparently this one's related to ninjas, so yeah. Yeah. Which makes sense. We might be finding a ninja soon, so yeah. But anyway. It'll be really bad if I find the other dude first, but that's okay. So, I think it's around... here. Not that one. I think it's this one, yeah. This is Shiga. Alright, with that done, yeah, let's end this spot now finally, so yeah. Next time, yeah, we're going to be wrapping up the rebirth of the Legend teams. And then we're going to be seeing what we're up against next time. So yeah, I look forward to that. And I'll see you guys again for that.